Everybody, welcome back to the shop again today. It's great to have you with me. We have kind of a little early Christmas here. We're going to, I know we were talking about these scales we did here the other day. We stabilized this punky wood here, and we're going to make a fillet knife out of a saw. But we got kind of an early Christmas today. We got something in that we're going to put in the shop today, and so we won't be working on the fillet knife, not in this video, but we will be doing this. So we got this bad boy in today. I told you I ordered this natural gas wall heater. It's a Mr. Heater, 30,000 BTU. Blue flame natural gas heater. It heats up to 1,000 square feet, includes a built-in thermostat, no electricity required, no venting required. Automatic low oxygen shutoff system. Can be mounted on the wall or freestanding, legs included. Electric ignition, factory installed blower fan, indoor safe. And that's what she looks like right there. So let's get this thing unboxed. Alright, let's see what we've got here. They certainly taped it up good. And it came just like this. I ordered this thing off Amazon. You would have thought that it would come in a big Amazon box, but it just came just like this. The shipping address and everything is back here on this other side. So, pull this out of here, and this top tray, there's a battery in there, I would imagine for the ignition. And there's this little gas elbow thing, I imagine goes on the bottom where the gas comes out. Here we have our wall mount. And these are the feet that would go on the floor if we wanted to have it freestanding on the floor. I'm sure we mount those on the bottom. So there's our wall mount, a little bag of goodies, and a little packet of screws, our little bag of goodies with some plastic clips and battery and little grommets and buttons and things, and we'll figure all that out when we look at the instructions. So that's all that was in the top of that thing. And now there is the heater itself. It's quite a bit bigger than I had expected it to be. And we've got another styrofoam in the bottom. Our instruction manual and operating instructions. first thing we've got to do is get it out of this bag, I think. Nothing else in the bag. So, there she is. That's a pretty good sized unit there. We're going to end up having to move that refrigerator over a little bit to get it on the wall. Let me grab a measuring tape real quick. So we're looking at about 28 inches wide. That is going to heat this garage up fantastically, I believe. It's made out of just made out of a sheet metal, like your washing machine or your dryer would be. That's how thick it is. From the back to the front of this grill is probably 10 inches, I would guess. Somewhere in that area. 10 or 12 maybe. 10 and a half. A little over 10 and a half, 10 and a quarter. Somewhere in there. So, and I would guess our gas hookup, well, I thought it would have come out the bottom, but I'm not seeing it. It does have a built-in blower, you can see right here. You don't have to use the blower, I don't believe, but I figure with the blower running, it will make it much more efficient at warming the space, because you get that little bit of forced air. You know, it's not going to be a whole bunch, but I think if it's just sitting there with radiant heat, it'll be really warm right over here by the heater, but as you get away from the heater, it'll probably cool off in the shop. And I think it would have to work harder to keep the shop warm, so I paid the extra money to have it with the blower. I think that'll circulate the air and keep a nice even heat in the shop. So there she is. We'll get out the instructions and we'll see where the gas hookup is and all that before we worry about mounting it on the wall, because I have to know where the gas is going to come into it at. So let's check that out. Alright guys, so after consulting the instructions, this is our wall mount. It goes on the wall right there where we're going to put the heater. It sits like this. And then the heater, there's some slots in the back, it just sits on there. So we're going to go ahead and get those holes drilled. We've got these lags we're going to put in. We'll get our lags put in there and get this heater hung up on the wall. flat against the wall. So there we have that. Now we've got to punch a hole in the wall where we want our gas line to come through. So let's do that. So I forgot to turn the camera on when I punched this hole through here for our flex pipe, our flex line. But all I did was bore a hole in the wall. So now we've got this set up here. We've got to tighten this up into the regulator up inside the heater. And all of this stuff is taped with yellow gas tape. It's all done properly. If you're not familiar with how to do these kind of things, please don't try to do it yourself. Call a professional in and have them do it properly so you don't burn your house down or blow your house up. My brother and I have done a lot of this kind of work, so we're fairly adept at it. We kind of know what we're doing. You don't have to tape this one because it's got a flange on the end of it, just like when you hook up your propane tank to your barbecue grill. So it just needs to be tight. But we'll be checking every joint and connection to make darn sure that we don't have any gas leaks before we even think about trying to light this heater. So we're all hooked up here. I still need to put the battery in for the igniter, and I really hope that it's accessible on top. It would have to be, because you wouldn't want to have to take this thing all apart and off the wall each time you needed to replace a battery, I don't believe. So let's figure out where that battery goes. We'll get it put in. I'm going to go see what my brother's doing in the other room. He should be testing those all of our fittings in there with soapy water to make sure we have no leaks. We still have to test these and make sure. Put a battery in it. We're ready to fire this thing up. So our battery goes up here in the top where the igniter is, which is kind of what I thought it did. You just take off the little igniter cap. All you do is just push that. That's the igniter, like a little flashlight switch. And that's there. And it's turned off. And we don't want to plug it in yet until we test for leaks right here. So we can move this now for a minute. And my brother should be coming out here any second. Here he comes. Test for leaks. Make sure we don't have any. Make sure that we don't have any leaks in any of our connections here. I'm sure we don't, because we're that good. But you have to check. Best way to do it is with foam on a sponge. Well, I always just use soapy water and a paintbrush, but whatever works. As long as there's no bubbles anywhere, and there aren't, that I can see. Light it. So there that is. So, we're going to see if we can get some heat out of this thing now. Plug this blower in. So there's that. Now, I'm not seeing any gas coming through here, dude.
It'll take a minute. It's a brand new gas line. There's air in the line still. Just gotta let it click for a few minutes.
Alright, well. There we go.
Did you make sure the switch on the back was on auto?
Haven't done anything yet. Okay, the pilot's lit. So, just holding that in long enough. He's holding that long enough to make sure that the little thermostat control deal to keep the pilot light lit so that it'll stay on. And there we have fire.
And that's on 2. That is
Look
on,
at that.
That's on 1.
Now the blower switch is right around that back corner up there on the top. I believe it's just a toggle switch. It has off, auto.
Yeah, I had it set on auto.
Well, then leave it there.
You can't reach it. So I had it set on auto already.
Is it blowing at all?
No, not yet. It's got to be warm first. You can feel the heat coming out of here though.
There she goes.
Once it gets warm enough, the blower will kick in.
How sweet is that? Now we'll have heat in the shop without having to use up all my propane and run the forge all the time to use it for a heater. So now we're just waiting to see if the blower comes on like it's supposed to. It's not very big. You're not even going to hear it. But I think it has to get so warm before that comes on. Oh, I think it's on. Not going to blow very hard. But I believe it's on. Because I can feel air. I think I can anyway. Maybe it's just my imagination.
I think it's just the pressure of the heat right now. You'll hear it a little bit when it comes on. They do make some noise. Not a lot.
Well, it's about the size of a computer fan, so it's not going to make a whole lot of noise, I don't think. But there it is.
No, it's not on yet. I'll make sure this is on auto. But I gotta lift it a little bit and pull it out because I can't get my fingers back there. Oh, the switch was right there at the top somewhere. There it is. Almost. Where's the doggone switch at? It's the cord. Switch was on this side somewhere. Yeah, dude, I can't find the switch now. I know it was right over here on this side, but I'll be dogged if I can find it. Oh, it was in there. Okay. Well, that fits weird, doesn't it? That just fits on the wall weird.
just hangs in them two slots. It's not bolted to the wall. It just hangs there.
Yeah, I know. I always hated that about those heaters.
So let's see. Back here there was a picture that showed everything of the heater. Yeah, the fan blower switch is right up there on the corner behind the thing.
Well, I looked all over for it. I felt all over back here and couldn't feel it. And I know it was right here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now it's on. Now I got it set on auto. Somehow I got it switched.
Doesn't hardly feel any different to me. But you can hear it, but it doesn't feel any different than it did.
A flame just went out. Because it says it's warm enough in here.
Well,
Want to set it on 2?
I said you had it on 2.
Might put it back down on 1.
Well, yeah, turn
Just
it
to
up.
see how long it would run. Because you don't know how warm it's going to be. You got to go one temperature at a time until it gets to the temperature you want.
So apparently it's got a pilot light. So even if we turn it off, does that turn the pilot light off?
Yeah, as long as you don't go past pilot, no. When you turn it off, you go your first click, that's pilot. If you go past that, then you shut it off.
So there it is. Our new 30,000 BTU natural gas wall heater.
Wow, that's blowing pretty good.
That's like pretty much the like the final step to the upgrade of the shop, and it's a good one because it's winter. It's very cold outside. You can see. What my backyard looks like. So it was 15 degrees here. Last night. So this is going to make it very nice. Yeah, I mean it's blowing out of there, but not like I thought it would have. I would have thought it would have blown out. I would have thought it would have blown a little harder than that, but well, you let this cord fall down in here.
It's still not.
And that's what's screwing you up. That cord
Oh,
can't
okay.
be behind there. It's got
Okay.
leave it, it's okay.
No, it's not hooked.
What do you mean it's not hooked?
I
It's
can
hanging
look
there.
behind it and it's not hooked. This side isn't hooked. It's got to go back in the throat. I didn't know that cord
Don't let
was
that
hooked.
cord get behind it.
Okay, that's the problem I was having.
So, cool new wall heater,
There.
and
Now it's hooked.
hopefully nice and warm in the shop this winter.
Yes.
We're working out here on scales and grinding, and you know, we don't care when we're running the forge. It gets plenty hot in here. In fact, we'll have to turn that off and open the door. When you're swinging that hammer and the forge is blasting like it does, you get plenty of heat, but not everything we do requires a forge. So if you remember my videos last winter, anytime I was working in this shop, if I was grinding or working on scales or doing finish work on a knife, I had to have that forge going all the time. And propane probably cost 3 times as much as natural gas, so much better deal for us. Got heat in here this year. Now the next video we'll get back on that fillet knife, but I just wanted to take you along and show you what I ordered for the shop. I was off today. Worked yesterday, I was off today, now I work again tomorrow. So we're going to start have that hit and miss, whether I work or not thing going on too. So, hey, I appreciate y'all coming along. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hit the like button maybe. Help me out if you like these videos. And always be safe when you're working in your shop. Make sure that you don't try to do things that are beyond your means. Like I said, my brother and I have done this kind of thing over the years a lot. We know what we're doing. if you're going to put in a natural gas heater like this one, you don't know how to do it, call a professional, have them do it. It's not worth burning your house down or blowing your house up or whatever. So thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.